Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Liz.
And we are the Adventure Closet.
And today, we're going on a hike.
Welcome to the Adventure Closet. I'm Liz, and this is Charlie. We are two 80s and 90s kids that never lost their sense of wonder. We're all over the map, exploring wild and abandoned places, discovering rocks, geology, and history of different areas, all while living and traveling in our minivan Opal. I guess you can say our life is a mixtape of adventures. So hop in the van, hit the subscribe button, and let's go somewhere. This is an early blue violet. You can eat the petals and the leaves, but don't eat the roots, which are referred to as rhizomes. This is a scarlet strawberry. So we found wild chives.
There's some right next to you.
I think we can make a salad. Yeah, clover's edible. Can you eat the flower of a chive? This is the Rocky Mountain iris.
And the roasted seeds of a Rocky Mountain iris can be used as a coffee substitute.
This is yellow milfoil. Any info on it?
The root can be eaten raw or cooked. It is said to be sweet and crunchy. Never harvest from polluted waters, and always be aware of water quality, as bacteria levels tend to increase in the summer months. Also, after heavy rains, E. coli and other bacteria levels may increase.
Ah, okay. Maybe one to avoid.
Yeah.
We're having a blast out here trying to figure out what all these plants are.
Well, would you like to know what they are, dear?
Yes.
Those are Nuttall's pussy toes.
Okay. Nuttall's pussy toes. Are they edible?
Go ahead, I'm gonna have to Google that one.
And the leaves are edible. They do taste a little bitter.
Aspen? I think that's aspen.
It's probably aspen.
Here's a different one.
As always, when we are doing foraging of wild edibles, do your own research. Don't take our word for anything, because sometimes something can look like one thing on camera and then you think you see it out in nature and it's totally not what we showed you. So just take that with a grain of salt. This is a yellow lupine, and they say parts of it are edible, but some are poisonous and can kill you. So just maybe avoid that one. I will. Yeah, that's a good one.
Picking some wild chives for dinner. Do your own research.
And we're trying, I don't know how they seed. I think they seed in the flower. So I'm trying to only take like one stem from each plant.
Yeah.
So that it can reseed itself.
Yeah, because I mean, there's some here, there's little tiny budding ones right there. There's a ton right here and there. There's a whole patch over there. So we're definitely not decimating the population of chives.
This is a two-lobe larkspur. Don't eat it.
several different flowers that look exactly the same. So that might not be a hairy flea bane. Before we hit the trail, we are at the West Mancos Lookout, and that is Burrow Mountain. That one that looks like a shark's tooth is Shark's Tooth Peak. That gap in between those is Shark's Tooth Pass. This mountain on the left here is Centennial Peak, and then that is Hesperous Mountain, the big tall one. On the right of that is Mount Moss. Hopefully I'm pointing at the right one. Oh, no, right there. That is Mount Moss. This is Babcock Peak. And then the pointy one right there is Spiller Peak. And then way over here, right there is Gibbs Peak. And the reason I know that is because there's a map right in front of me. And then down here is the West Fork of the Mancos River, which should be what we're hiking along today. But gosh, that's a great view. Just take that in for a moment and listen to the bird. All right, let's get going. We originally planned on going on the West Mancos trail, but we're here at the trailhead for Big Al and for the West Mancos, and we were about to head down to West Mancos, and the campground host for the transfer campground, which is right here, stopped us and gave us tons of tips on the view. Gives us tons of tips saying that the views would be a lot better on the Big Al Trail. So let's do that one instead.
Sounds good.
So this is a Big Al Trail, and it says the Big Al Trail is dedicated to all people who have experienced a disability in their lives. This 3rd-mile trail meanders through the forest of ponderosa pine and aspen trees. It follows a gentle 8% grade with benches located every 500 feet. The Big Al Trail provides easy access for visitors of all abilities who wish to explore the San Juan National Forest. It was for Al Lorenzen at the Big Al Trail in 1990.
And we have some people in our lives, some viewers who are disabled, so this is something that if you're ever in the area, you could come do. It's nice and wide, the trail's in great shape. You could bring a wheelchair through.
Yeah, it says the Big Al Trail was named for Al Lorenzen, a local Forest Service employee who was injured by a falling tree while fighting the Clover Mist fire near Yellowstone Park in 1988. So that's very cool. Gosh, this is a beautiful trail. You know, Washington, where we're from, we don't have aspen. So a lot of this would be, the only white trees we have are birch. And birch is a little different than aspen. Aspen is a willow, and birch is from its own class of trees.
Cottonwood has white bark, doesn't it?
No, cottonwood is gray.
I guess it's more of a gray silvery.
One way to tell aspen from birch is, in birch, the bark would peel off real easy. Aspen does not. Also, in aspen, the leaves are more flat versus with birch, they're kind of more of a V-shaped.
Another fun fact about aspen is it's part of the willow family, which I did not know until recently.
Yeah.
Did you already say that?
I did.
Okay. He's got you covered, guys.
Another fun fact about aspen trees is that they are all part of the same tree, the same root system. So all these aspen you see are probably part of one structure of roots, which is really cool.
So this is kind of a handy sign. It shows you what a porcupine track looks like, which I'm pretty sure we've seen those and probably passed them off as like raccoon or something. But I've yet to see a porcupine in the wild. Have you?
I have not.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a chance.
There was a sign back there about the decline of the aspen forest here. And as you can see, there's a lot of downed trees and such. Apparently it was due to the 1998 to 2000 drought, or 2002 drought. And it made them more susceptible to insects and fungus. And it killed off a large population of the aspen trees here.
We seem to have further successions of drought too, so like, does that mean that they're just, you know, year after year, more groves are going away?
It could be.
I wonder how long it takes for a new grove to grow. Because we were seeing, like, a lot of people like to carve in these aspens because, I mean, it looks cool, I guess. But we've seen, like, dates of, like, 1961 on a tree that we wouldn't have really thought to be that old. So aspen are not really big around in circumference. So it takes a long time for them to get to the size that maybe this one is.
And as you can see, in the 60s, didn't stop the carving, because there's even carving on this one from 2017, it looks like, and then 2014, and this was alive when it was being carved. And it's weird, the areas that people come to carve these trees. It's weird. Forest graffiti. Not the coolest thing, guys, but maybe it's a Colorado thing? I hope not.
We're hiking along this trail and you kind of forget that it's an ADA trail. A lot of times when you're on an ADA trail, it's a path of concrete, which makes it really nice for your wheelchairs and stuff. But this one, the ground is really well graded and it's like sand, dirt, but it's not loose, it's compact. And you really feel like you're on an actual nature trail and not something paved through the forest. So I would think this trail is pretty cool. And you have sort of switchbacks, which makes it really kind of authentic to most hiking trails. But at least they're not sharp switchbacks, as you can see. You can really see it right here in this frame here. But you could have a nice wide turn to go around and up the next level.
And there's nice benches, like they said, every 500 feet. They're not all defaced and broken. Amazing views. A lot of ADA trails are just meandering through the forest, and you don't usually get views with them. But this one gets good marks.
Yeah, and it's not super duper short like some of them too. There's a interpretive sign here. It's telling you that the black bear is the largest predator in Colorado, and it can weigh up to over 450 pounds. That's a big black bear. And it gives you some good tips about if you encounter a black bear. You want to stay calm, which might be difficult, but try and stay calm. Speak out to let the bear know you are there, and then move away slowly. Do not run. We actually have a little song that we made a long time ago. Some of our original viewers might remember it, but maybe if our editor would be so kind as to give people the song so that they know what to sing if they're out in the woods and they think there might be a black bear around.
Coming through, bears, I'm talking to you. Don't mean to be a bother, just passing through. Here to take some pictures and a rock or two. It's the Adventure Closet and the Adventures crew. Sometimes it's a road trip, sometimes it's a view. This is our life, this is what we do.
That's amazing.
Beautiful. This is a beautiful view. I'm in a picture.
Charlie says there's a beautiful shot right here. It does look like a beautiful shot.
You got the foreground of the trees. So the lookout's back that way. And you could head on back down the trail. Lookout's that way, trail's that way. But the guy at the campground told us that if we go this way, we can come back out to the road and make it a loop hike instead of hiking back the same way. So we're gonna check that out. don't know, you guys think Opal could make it down there? Probably. Well, I guess Opal couldn't have made it down here. So it looks like the loop part is just a road walk back to the back to Opal, and still pretty. Walking through the aspens. Well, that's a new shape for the hat.
I can get new shapes too.
Oh yeah. But yeah, obviously it's a road walk, and you gotta watch out because there's cars coming. This guy has no fear. He's like running towards the car. Hi! This is dirt. There's no water on this. But it looks like water when I do that. Here, let's do it over here.
It's awesome looking. All right, back to chillaxing.
That's right.
So, like, we heard that Colorado was, like, that it had crazy weather. And we've had, like, beautiful weather the whole time we've been in this spot. And all of a sudden today we have this crazy cool windstorm and thunder and lightning. The thunder sounds so cool. We're just hanging out.
In the dirty van.
Yeah, look how dirty that back window is. We were gonna like get a bucket of water and try and hose her off, but we're like, what's the point?
Well, hopefully it rains so that she gets clean.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm.
But I mean, as soon as we leave here, that dirt's just gonna come right back.
Oh, I know. Well, we're just gonna hang out in the van, play on our phones, and listen to the windstorm. So we'll see you guys in the morning.
So this is actually Chicken Lake. This vast sea of grass in front of us. It's Chicken Lake. And there's my beautiful wife. We're just loving it out here. It's so gorgeous. Just having our campsite in the Aspens and taking walks every day just down the mesh of mountain roads and checking out all the campsites, and it's just gorgeous here.
It really is. And like living in Western Washington, there's so much plant life and stuff, and it's rocky. And I never really understood the concept of overlanding, which we're not driving over all this, but we can just walk through all this because there's no underbrush.
Yeah.
Or not very much. But feels like you're overlanding on foot. And so you just kind of pick a direction and go. Obviously read your maps and know where you are.
And we have been learning so much about the plant life here. I've got this app called PlantNet on my phone that, you know, you take a picture and you upload it and it tells you what kind of plant there are. We found chives, we found linseed, which is where flaxseed comes from. We found alpine bitterroot, just all sorts of new plants.
It's just everywhere. Like, mine's just blown by how much wild edible plants there are here in Colorado.
Yeah, the chives were good.
And they were so good.
I'm under a pile of blankets here. And Charlie's gearing up. What are you gearing up for, babe?
There's supposed to be a nice meteor shower tonight, so I'm getting my camera set up.
Nice. Catch some star shots. Some night shots, some meteor shots.
Some shots of meat.
Some
They're
shots.
meteor.
Yes.
So I've got my 15 to 35 millimeter lens on, f2.8. I'll be shooting at f2.8, probably ISO 3200, with a shutter speed of around 15 to 20 seconds, just to capture as much as possible in the shots. If that's all foreign to you, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go take some pretty pictures. How about that? It's time to hit the road. Off to the next adventure. Well, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming along with us on another little journey. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the comments.
Bye now.
Bye now.